Okay, so as I've mentioned here, it is really important that you do look at your codes, but it's even more important that you look at what codes? Queensland's. Okay, so BJ, you need to know what sort of penalty corner variation they're going to employ. Grant, you need to know what penalty corner attack variation they employ. Is the boner on Dougal?
Against Queensland?
Is it on?
I just got in.
Okay, so this is my point, right? So I want that sort of information, and I've looked it up, and I believe it is. But what I'm saying though is that we need to make sure you look at the codes. Who's your opponent? Who are you going to be playing against? Who's going to have Beal tomorrow?
Me.
Probably
me.
Probably you reckon? Who's going to have Wetton? So these are the things that I want us to make sure we understand, okay? Because it's critical. Program for tomorrow. You've all received a copy of the program for tomorrow, so you know exactly what time you're expected to be here. When the team meeting's on. Okay, so that information. Now, I don't need to talk about what we do after the semi-final tomorrow because it's all dependent upon what happens. That's the reality of playing at the elite level. Yeah? So, that will certainly be something we'll look at. Now, let's have a look at some of the important stats here that we have. Let you have some time to digest it yourself rather than me give you the answers. Max,
Yeah.
with your eyes, what can you see?
Not much.
Right? Okay, we'll focus on this bit here. Can you see from here, Max?
Yeah.
How many penalty corners do we have?
10. Is that 10?
How many did we get on target?
2.
2. That's all. We had 10 penalty. This is the part that amazes me. I was amazed today at training when I mentioned that stat to a few of you, and a few of the players sort of went, Jesus, really? Do we have 10? Yeah, we had 10. We had 10 opportunities. Now, of those 10, we either mistrapped. How many we mistrapped? 3. How many went wide?
2.
How many did you put wide, Bill? 1. How many did Kizza put wide? 1. So there's 5 already we've blown. 1 hit the post, yes, I understand that one. So we were probably, in some regards, unlucky, some could say, but the reality is, from the stats, there's no hitting post stats. So it doesn't matter, right? So, you know, this is something that we invested a bit of time today during our training session, and it's a very important part. And we have to be switched on with that tomorrow. Okay, what worries me right now? What worries me about penalty corners is, today, we modified it a little bit. We changed. We brought some little changes and some shifts. And you know what worries me at the moment? What worries me is that Max or Rory, who else flings it out? Billy, Nick Hill, right? That they won't know tomorrow when it is we're doing this and there won't be real clarity. That's what worries me. We'll do this one and the ball will go bang. So I want to make sure that that's fixed. Not sorted, fixed. Right? So it needs to be fixed so everyone understands exactly what it is that they've got to do in relation to that. Okay? You know, goal shots, much the same in some regards, not much in relation to that. The interesting thing here is you look at how many 25 penetrations, or you know, a little bit in front, but pretty much the same. So what was the telling stat? What's the telling stat? Look what WA got. They had 8 goal shots, 4 of them on target, 3 of them they converted. Have a look how many penalty corners they had. Not 1. And we had 10. And we hit the post. right? So I've said this to you all the way through, and I know you know. I know you understand more than me that penalty corners are crucial. I don't need to keep harping on that, but we need to make sure we keep building that. But the part that's impressive is, well, look, we're as attacking as most teams. We're hurting we're hurting the opposition as much as, probably if not more, by the number of circle penetrations that we're able to get. Okay, so we were very much in the hunt against WA. And the reality is, the stats are saying to us, you know what? Maybe you should have won. And that's what it comes down to. Okay, so I think that's important stuff for us to absorb. Okay, what else is there? So, this is obvious. This is obvious. You know, that third goal, why didn't I go into the change room straight after the game? You know why? Because I wouldn't have achieved anything positive, because my mind was absolutely rattled with that third goal that we conceded. It destroyed me, because we've worked on it. We know what we should do. And I'm about to show you how bad it was and what strategy we need to employ to make sure it doesn't happen ever again. And that was the one that killed me. I thought, Redo, you go in, you be the good cop, because if I go in, I'm not going to achieve anything with you, because I'll be negative. I don't want to do that. We had played some competitive hockey in the game, but we blew it with that. And that really concerned me. Fatigue. I think our skills were poor against WA. I don't think we played all that well. We might have been competitive at times, but I think fatigue was a real issue. We were hurting. Now, you've had pretty much, what, a few hours yesterday, because we played early yesterday. You've had pretty much all of today. You're going to have now half a day tomorrow. So I reckon you were still sore today. You probably look at me going, what? I actually figured today with some of your skills, you still laboured a little bit, and I think you need that extra rest. Yeah. That's just a perception from looking at the group, okay? And so this is going to be significantly improved for tomorrow. So we should be fresh. We should be ready to go. We should be in a better position than we were last time we played Queensland. Yeah? And the outletting I thought was a bit slow. Are there any other comments? I mean, rather than me lecturing, is there any other comments from the floor that I should be aware of? Or are we happy with that and move on? Okay. We move on. Now, Jez, tonight I want you to get the players around. I don't even know who these guys are. Wouldn't know who they are. Don't care. Right? So you guys do the work. You tell me who the lineup is. You tell me who the key players are. Never seen Wetton in my life. Don't even know who he is. Right? So you do the work on this and fix this tonight. Okay. Let's have a look at some of my clips that I had to show you. Now I haven't got the instant notes on that, so just bear with me while I tick that box that Scooter didn't do. It'll be Scooter's fault, not mine. Let's check this for a second. Oh, yeah, I need to put one on that one, that's fine. Okay. So, okay, and luckily Kieran's not here, so we can bag him out because he's late, alright? But, is it just Kieran? What else could have happened here? Max? Hey, what do you reckon could happen right now? Straight down the line. Okay, what have we got in essence here? A one-on-one. Now, let me tell you, I'm a deep defender, and John will be able to tell you, I've never been fast. And one of the few things that I used to hate having done, or had to do, was if I had to make a tackle, I was like, shit. I'd practice it a lot. I thought I was pretty good at it, but there were many games where I didn't actually have to make a tackle. You know why? Because the opposition wouldn't challenge. They'd say, no, we'll go somewhere else. Now what I'm saying is, let's test some of these defenders. Right? Let's give them a crack. Now I understand, Max, you might have been saying, right, yep, let's bring it out and attack down the right-hand side. But I think this is a good opportunity. This is an opportunity where, Rory, would you like to have a ball given to you in this situation?
Yeah.
Why? One-on-one. Right? So I would like to see us use more one-on-ones. Okay? I want to test these deep defenders. You know? So let's think about that when we play against Queensland tomorrow. You know, give it early, and then you might get it back. Who knows, Max? You follow up, you post up, and you might get it back. And then this one here. I mean, what's the obvious pass? It's right here, for Christ's sake. You know, what are we trying to do? We're overcomplicating things. I want it to be kept simple. You might think, Jesus, at training today, what did we do? What we did was pass the ball to one another. Pretty much all we did. That's all we did, didn't we? And we did it. I did it purposefully because I want to make sure that you understand that's what it's built about. It's all about making sure we find those targets. Give it early. Okay. So, you know, potentially what could we have done better there? What haven't we done?
Pushed up quick enough.
We haven't got up quick enough. Where's the issue, you reckon? JT? Yeah, what's your role here? You've got to be right there. By you being the blocker, if you think about the Belgium stuff, as I said to you beforehand with tripling, right? This is where so you block, and these guys try and come in and shave and steal the ball. So it's about continually being aware of that. And we've got to keep talking our way through that. We've got to make sure we keep managing the way that we set up our press as much as possible. Now, I want you to look at this. And I want you to tell me how this could have been improved. Alright.
If I stay with my man.
So, hang on. Where are you? That's Kizza.
We've done for a stay with my man.
Right. So you're talking about potentially this person here doing what?
Just staying with,
Protecting
getting Rory to cover the line.
Okay. So we want to get this person up. Yeah? Is that what you're saying? And then you're saying, what about, you're saying Rory needs to do what?
Rory just to cover the line,
Right. So Rory
or whoever it is.
goes to here. That's you here, Ross, isn't it?
It's me.
Dougal, is it? Right. So Dougal covers the line as quick as he possibly can. And then we've got Kizza, who really should be pushing up here. But there's one man here that hasn't been raised yet, hasn't been spoken about. Hmm? Pardon? No. Well, I haven't got to you yet, but I might be able to. I'll try.
Is it Jade?
No.
Left wing though?
What about the left wing?
I'm just doing nothing standing over there.
Really? Right, let's have a look and see what he actually does do. And then I want you to tell me what it is we're going to do. What's the suggestion we give to the left wing, who at the moment is bolts?
Just the one in front of the ball.
So once the ball's shifted, what should he do?
Getting over.
Where should he get to? Here? Yeah. Why not?
Drop a little bit to give cover.
Okay, you can drop a little bit if you want to, but not much. I wouldn't have thought. But this is where what do you call this almost? The slide across. It's almost like a bit of a half court hockey, isn't it? Now, what I'm saying is that we've got to do it as a group. Now, if we pushed up here and we had numbers here, so what I'm saying is I don't want any passengers. Right?
Just spectators.
Yeah. No, but Bolts might have been thinking, well, maybe you're not supposed to come that far, and maybe we haven't addressed that well enough. Maybe that's something that I haven't conveyed to you and said to you, well, look, in this situation, you've got a licence to go. As soon as the ball goes back, though, what do you have to do? Then you've got to shift across. All right? So we're trying to put that half-court press on almost, and we have a licence to do that. That's what I'm conveying, okay? And I probably haven't conveyed that well enough up until now. But I looked at it today, I thought, maybe Bolts could have done that one. You know? What does it achieve? Not much, really, but at least it gives them less options if they come out. Righto, this is the one that caused me nearly myocardial infarction the other day, but this is very messy, and I reckon I've got an answer for it. But I'm hoping you might, from the floor, suggest to me what you think the answer is. Right, so that's a goal from nowhere, in essence. It's a goal from here.
I need to get my stick on the ground to start with.
So that's you here, is it, Ben?
No.
That's Hilly, is it?
I'm the one taking.
That's you here.
I'm not close enough to it, I need to get my stick.
Right, so what's Ben doing?
Nothing.
He's absolutely doing nothing. He's saying, go for it, mate. You smack it in. The rest of our defenders, they'll cover it, don't worry. He's been a shirker. Those of you who did history in the war, you know. So this is the one here that you've got to be aggressive here. We've got to deny the ball coming in. So that's something that I want fixed, right? So Ben's put his hand up and said, yeah, I should have done more here, and I really need to make sure that. How could you have made it better?
Just take a step closer and water it.
Well, where are your feet at the moment?
I need to really change my whole group.
So you could get your feet around
Yeah,
and then be on what?
forces.
On your 4-6, right? So we didn't do that well. Righto. What else?
Whoever's the guy on the hotline needs to adjust to be on the hotline, the most dangerous line. So not that guy, the guy behind him.
This guy. Who's this?
That's me.
Who's me?
JT.
Right.
That was just passing that foot, doesn't it?
Have a look.
Yeah, I lost it behind Healy.
Jump out of the way.
Step out of the two.
Okay. I mean, I want to. This one is one of not me getting the answers from you. It's me, in some regards, actually saying what I want. Right? Let me tell you what I want. What I want is, I want this guy back on the right line. So he ought to be here. You know, around about here. Why would I like you to be here?
Because he's 4 stick, it's going to be dangerous.
So he's going to be on his 4-stick, and why else would I want him there?
It's in line with goals.
Yeah, and why else would I want him there?
Cover.
And why else would I want him there?
Baseline.
Outside.
And why? Correct. Right? Why not try and make a trap outside of the defensive circle? So JT goes across. Now, this is the issue, in my eyes, that we need to address. Right? And you'll see another clip later on. I reckon, at the moment, we're almost becoming to the stage where we say, all right, well, I'm the playmaker, so I'm going to protect this little patch here. But who's there? No one. And this happens a couple of times in the game. And my belief is, what needs to happen is, we have JT here, and if need be, you can come back to here. Right? To cover that line. Because remember, what have we said about this guy? What line is he supposed to cut?
45.
He's supposed to cut this one. He's supposed to cut this line that comes through the middle there. At the moment, what line is he covering? He's almost covering, well, he's almost covering this line. I want this guy here. Come on. Questions? No? Right? So what I'm saying is you'll see some footage later on where I reckon we didn't have the numbers there and we didn't have the hotline covered. We think we have, but we haven't. So that'll come up a bit more. But I want this fixed. Not sorted, fixed. And then it becomes the issue of man-to-man marking. You know, who was that?
Oh, it's me.
Right. Alright, here we go. Circle defence structure. Again. Right, I mean, what structure do we have? We have none. We have hardly any structure. I mean, so what, again, look at this. Where do we need the extra man? We need the extra man in here. Right? So is this you here, Jez? Might be. Let's have a look. We probably won't be able to tell. Yeah, it is. Right? So what I'm saying is when the ball gets to here, I want you to adjust. I want you to come further and closer and give us cover. Because this is where we're getting hurt at the moment. You think about what actually happened against WA. We conceded 2 goals because we got this wrong. And we must fix it. It's a priority for tomorrow. Because that'll be wetting tomorrow. That'll be wetting on the sidelines. You'll think, yeah, there's no cover. I'll run at this guy, then I'll do a left and right, and then I'm on his reverse. That's what they'll do. Now, I think I've said to you, Tickets, about just be careful about dragging the ball in between someone, right? You're a big lad, you're a strong lad, right? This is an opportunity where you use your left leg and you keep protecting the ball. Before you know it, you're inside the attacking 25, then they start to panic a little bit. What happens? They make a bad tackle, and they might get a card, and we might get a pen in the corner. So, I don't want you dragging through players as much. Right? I want you to back yourself. You're a big lad, use your natural abilities. I mean, what's that? What is it?
No.
Well, it's fucking not good enough. It's not good enough. Well, don't do it.
Yeah.
Right?
It's similar to that one you said at first with Max. If you go forward, Macca, and when Kizzy gets it, we get a 1-on-1 just outside the circle.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember that.
The amount of times that we didn't give that ball with someone up our ass, it's the best way to eliminate someone.
But it doesn't need to be hit.
No, just push it to that bloke.
You know, and that's the reason why I said today at training, let's just push the ball for a while.
Yeah.
We did hitting to start with,
Yeah.
and then we did slapping, and then we did pushing. And what was the more effective one? The pushing was. Yeah, we do too much hitting or we do too much slapping, and we stuff it.
Yeah.
Right? So, just make sure you find the target. You have to tomorrow. You have to. Okay, I think there's about another 3 clips and we're done. So, not long to go. So, you know, I look at this clip and I asked the question, I had to ask the question myself. I said, well, what just happened? I'm hoping you might be able to tell me what just happened.
So it's meant to be midfield slides. So I was going to line us, then JT was going to come on my player.
Right. Okay, so how do we fix it? How do we make sure that doesn't happen again? Communication. JT, what will you do next time?
Probably put my hand up, just know where I was supposed to go.
Right? Because your belief was you had to go all the way in front of Tickets, was it?
Yeah. Well, I didn't get any calls, so I just sort of kept going.
Right. So then there's a message now to our deep defence. You understand what I'm saying? Now we've got a message for our deep defence. You've got Tickets, you've got JT. What role were you playing?
Was the swing.
Swing. So he's playing the swinger. He's playing the swinging across defence. He doesn't know where he's got to get to, for Christ's sake. That's a problem. Okay, and so we need to fix that with communication, which I think you all understand pretty well. But I look at this and I go, my God, how did this happen? You know. But notice, 1v1. What did they do? Straight away, they gave it to him. So now Nick Hill is under the pump, and he knows it. He goes, shit, I'm in real trouble here.
I got done as well.
Pardon?
I got done as well.
Oh, why'd you get done?
I overcommitted on my backstick and then I turned blind.
Then you turned blind, correct. But luckily we didn't concede a penalty corner on that one because Billy, your stick was down flat, and so was yours, Nick, was down flat. Why is this one in, you reckon?
Missed the goals.
Missed the goals. I went up to the selectors box yesterday and I walked into one of my mates, Jay Stacey, and he just shook his head. What is the golden rule for penalty corners? And what is it?
Get on target.
It's got to be on target. He was in essence, he was saying, mate, you lost that match because you didn't get your penalty corners on target. It's the first thing he said to me. Now, that should never happen, you know? It shouldn't happen. So how do we fix it? Well, the part that worries me the most, I'll speed it up, is this bit. From here on. Right, who's that?
Me.
What position are you playing? Right. Now, what does Ken refer to that as being? Buried. Right? Kieran, what you be doing in this situation?
I should be calling Rory.
You should be calling Roy to do what? Come back and help you?
I'll step out.
What do you want him to do?
Step out and put pressure on that guy.
Correct. You want him to get out. Now what we've got here, who's this?
Me.
So we didn't have anyone on the line.
No. I should have gone off the instep. I should have just held
Correct. What's his term for that?
percentages.
Jake, thank you. Percentages. Right? What percentage did we play? We played the high risk one. We don't need to play the high risk one. Right, this to me was just an absolute disaster. And as I said, this is the one that did my head in. But we have to fix it. And it's about fixing it now. Right, look where Jez is. Look where you are. Right? So, apply what we've spoken about earlier in the meeting and imagine where you could be right now. Imagine you're here. Look at all the space here. If I run at this guy and I drag left to right, all of a sudden what is it?
One-on-one.
It's a one-on-one, and guess what? There is a paddock. I'm going to have a crack at this. Absolute paddock. Now, who's doing what? Look where we are. BJ. BJ. What's your job now?
Calling.
What are you going to do?
Tell them to go. Tell who to go.
Who are you going to tell?
Far left player.
Who's far left?
JT.
JT. Who are you going to call first? Where's Jez? Where is he? Is that you there, Jez?
Yep.
So tomorrow, what are you going to do? You're going to say, Jez, are you doing?
Yep.
Get back and
Yep.
get into that spot.
Righto.
So we've got cover, right? Jez, what are you doing, Jez? Get back here and give us cover, Jez. Jez has to be here. Someone has to be in this position here. We must have cover. We must. Okay? Jake's done his job. He's stopped the ball coming from here. We've got someone here. So we've got all our numbers out here.
6 and 2.
Where's all the danger? It's here. Right? See, this is what did my head in. This is what did my head in. Right? And we're going to fix it. It's not going to happen tomorrow. You don't know how many times I've looked at that, I can tell you. Still don't understand what he says. Right. Why is this one there? You know. Yeah, and I put this one in because I believe this is one that we'll be able to use tomorrow. Okay? Right, so, very much in the hunt. Could have, should have, all that sort of stuff. Must tomorrow. Tomorrow is about a real opportunity for you to get a lot of respect. It's for you to be, we played Queensland before, we drew with them. Tomorrow's about, it's about getting some respect. Okay? Because you're not supposed to be in. Alright, read over anything from you at all?
Well, you know, I think when we look at that last comment that we were supposed to be in, I think that there is that perception. But we shouldn't hold it ourselves. In fact, we got one more point than we needed. We could have not drawn against the ACT and still been in, or not drawn against Queensland and still been in. As it happened, 7 points would have got you there. We got 8. So we beat Victoria. We kept Victoria out. We drew with Queensland. We're playing them tomorrow. We know how they play. We know what we need to do to beat them. And we will beat them tomorrow. We'll be into it. We'll do it.
So, hopefully, I think what Ken's just done then is we know how to beat them, or we know how they play. I see a little challenge in that. Do you really? Have you looked at the codes? Alright, that's it. Done. Okay, so we're going to have a look at just some themes that Queensland apply to the way that they play. So one, we need to understand what it is that they do. But two, we then need to understand how we're going to combat it. Right? And we need to be ready for what we need to be ready for. Okay? First question, Whitey. What does your opponent do? What have you noticed?
As in the centre striker or the wings?
I don't know. Either or. What have you noticed?
That they lead like laterally like, and then they try and find get one-on-ones with the defence.
Okay, very good. So they lead laterally and they get one-on-ones. They get the defence. Okay, let's have a look. So Queensland coming out of defence. How often did we see that last time we played? Too many times. Way too many times. So what have we got to do in this situation? Tighter. Okay, so hang on, let's go back. So you're talking about the defence aspect?
Yeah, but what I reckon also would be midfield slide, push one of the inside forwards across to try and make that intercept up the line maybe.
Okay, so alright, I reckon there's probably three things that need to happen for us to stop that.
Yeah, each line needs to make an adjustment. Striking needs to be up in the face a little bit more. Midfield
Right.
needs to slide across, and the defence need to be tighter on their man.
Exactly. Okay, so the message is back here, we've got to be tighter. In the middle, what are we looking to do? We've got to slide, we've got to make those intercepts. Up front, what do?
Pressure.
We've got to pressure, we've got to stop the drive. You know, against WA, we talked about Lim being someone that would drive into us. Okay? Well, we've got to apply the same pressure to get out up here and attack as much as possible. So it's critical we do that. Now that'll probably be wetting today. Okay, midfield's coming late. So, here we go again. So what does this show? What does it show? Right about now. You probably can't see it. But you look at where they are. Well, they're all, basically all players, all their front three is where? In the attacking 25. They're attacking 25. So we need to be alert to that. So the swinger plays a really important role today to try and make sure that we mop up and give some cover. Critical that we get that right today. And as you can see, lateral, 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 lateral. Now, what I don't want to see What I don't want to see is Tickets decides to run this way as the Queensland attacker, and and we do this. We watch him. Okay, those days are gone. You watch the game. You know where your player is. 45 degrees. See the ball. See the player. Yeah. No turning blind. Okay, so let's make sure. Now, how do you combat all those natural leads? What do you do? What do you have to do? Handovers. What else? Communication. You've got to talk your way through it.
Right. The key person to communicate to, you can see him right there in the middle, it's the swing man. See where JT is? He's coming later, too late into that position. He needs to be there much earlier. We need to position him much, much earlier in the centre of our defence.
If you want that swing man to mop up and get the loose ball there, is he going to be involved in the midfield slide?
Well, you'll have the playmaker. You'll have potentially have Jez around here, and Jez could hand over with say Tickets or Kurt, and they slide across. Now you mightn't be able to get all the way across, but we should still be able to hand over here so that we can cover that line. Yeah.
Yeah.
But effectively what you are there is an up sweeper, because our sweeper and our two markers have got a man each. So you have to sweep.
Yeah.
So, you look at what happens here. Just look at this play here, and watch. He stops. Why does he stop?
Want that channel to be open?
Yeah. Okay. Now we're trying to keep that channel open. Now today, what do we have to do in that situation? What do we do? Hand over. Yeah. What do we have to do?
Plug that hole.
Yeah. What else do we have to do?
Put pressure on the ball carrier.
Put pressure on the ball carrier. All right. We've got to do. What have we got to do? What's the three things we've got to do? Pressure up here, man up here, right? Get the intercepts, back here in defence, man up, right? Really? What will you have to do there? You'll have to call a lot. Yeah. So again, making sure that we stop the dominoes. Watch, one, dominoes, here it is again, bang. What haven't we done? Well enough. What haven't we done well enough?
Pressure.
We haven't put pressure on them. We haven't put pressure on the ball carrier. We haven't manned up this person in the midfield area. Right? We haven't got out quick enough to deny this person time to put it through. We haven't been tight enough back here then. Yeah? So, up here, Ben?
Yeah.
Get up earlier so that you've got more time, okay? We don't necessarily, we want the variety. I believe there's good value in you driving sometimes, right? But not every time. Right, all the different types of leads. Have a look. Lateral leads, so. Huh? Go on. So what are we going to do here, Whitey?
Get body contact with my defender.
Body contact, yep. Get body contact on him, right? You can almost screen him in some regards here. If you're in front of him here, and you've got your right leg across him, okay? Just hold and try and keep him in that area, but have some body contact. Don't give a silly, penalty corner against by doing something stupid, but there's nothing wrong with having body contact. And you've got to have that.
It pisses you off as a striker if a defender's right there touching you the whole time. It just makes you not want to lead because it's just annoying. So do that to them.
And whoever's on the hotline, the ball will press past their left foot. I reckon they should want to be moving over so that it's put on their right foot and call the other guy who's outside 5 to come over a bit then.
Now, but what have we worked on last night? What did we say last night that we need to address? Jezza. Right? So Jezza, if you've got kids here, you can afford to be back here a bit more. Yeah? Right? Giving us that cover, giving us that mop-up type thing. Alright, that roll. So it's important we get that bit right. Now, Mordo, what's Rito going to say here? What's he going to be screaming from the sideline?
Yeah.
What?
Well, you said, oh, I'm backing away, I've got to get out.
Yeah.
So,
What's he going to be screaming? Mordo! You can hear him now.
I don't know.
He'll be screaming at you.
Yeah.
Right? So you've got to get out and put pressure. Three strategies. First one, what? Pressure. Here, intercept. Back here, man to man. Right. We just went ready, were we? No, we weren't quick enough. So you need to be ready for this. Okay, again, we want to be making intercepts. Billy, probably a fraction high. Alright? If I was in that situation here as a deep defender, I'd be going, shit, I've got no cover here. I've got no cover. So Billy needs to be, you need to talk to Billy, okay, in this situation. If he's in the swinger role, or JT, you need to get them to come back, give you some cover. This is just a reminder about how we're going to shape up. Rather than being here, Jez, going to be deeper into these areas here for mop up. Okay? Critical. Alright. Let's leave this.
Just while we're leaving it, guys, the swing man will not be swinging so much today. Will be very more of a central defensive sweeper. Okay? Not trying to get upfield too much.
So, you know, I mean, Wetton will play today, but no doubt about that. We know they're going to be direct. We know they like to do the lateral leads. I mean, pretty much what this is, you've just seen. Okay? And we know how we're going to combat it. Yeah? PJ, you've looked at all the penalty corners?
I have.
Grant, you've looked at the penalty corners?
Yes, I've got.
Good. Okay, so our defence, we're aware of what sort of options they might employ. Okay, so what's our strategies for today? Well, the stats have said that we get in the attacking circle as much as anyone else. We get as many goal shots as anyone else that we play against. We probably haven't had the conversion of the goal shots that we would like, but we're a dangerous team. If you don't believe me, believe the stats. The stats say it. Right? The stats say that we are an aggressive team that can hurt opposition teams. So the first thing is you should have some confidence about the fact that yes, we can beat this mob. Absolutely we can beat this mob. The stats say we can beat this mob. Right? So, angle and line, we still have to do it. Two options, okay? At the back there, bend, reposition, 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 reposition. Yeah? Really important. Hit the ball early. Hit the targets. Crucial. Yesterday in training, what did we do? Pass, 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 pass. Why? Because I want you to hit the targets. Don't second guess. Give the obvious, give the early one. Okay? Better decision making, taking 30. We made some real improvements in that area. Think about how many PCs you earned last time because we adjusted and we made sure we hung on to it. Exactly the same today. So that's working for us. Coping with 3 high, 3 strategies. Pressure the person hitting the ball long. Get the intercepts. I fit at the back. We understand that. Numbers to the ball. In other words, if Wetton gets it and he's running at one defender, what must we do? Yep, we must have cover. Okay, we must have someone else there. Okay, pressure the long drive, rotations, intercepts, absolutely crucial. Ken.
Yeah, cooperation with each other and encouragement with each other. This sort of game is won as much by the heart as by the head. Okay? You've obviously got to be thinking about the game really, really hard, but you've got to have a big heart for the game, a big heart for each other and real teamwork. So let's really set out to encourage each other, help each other, lift each other up that little bit more. Set out to do that, guys.
Okay, so we're going to do a fitness test on Pimo. So Pimo, if you're right to come in, you come in, yeah. And then Lex, you go out. But if Pimo doesn't, he goes to here, Lex, you go into here. Okay? Penalty corner, we know that. We've done a bit of change on that yesterday, the training. Okay, just slight adjustments. Penalty corner defence. Alright, Jez, comments from you.
I just want to say one thing, and we've all been in a situation before where we traditionally don't get the chance to play top four, and my memory from the last top four playing outdoor was in under-18s against Queensland, and our mindset was we were lucky to make the four, we're not good enough to beat them, and we got smashed 7-0 in a semi-final, and it was pretty poor. And some of the boys that have played 18s a year or two ago, same thing, you had a chance against New South Wales, didn't quite get there. So for myself, Dukes, Billy, this is our last year at 21s, and I want to make sure as much as I can that we actually finish off well, and we don't say in 10 years' time, oh, I remember that time we were playing under 21s, but we just weren't good enough, or we didn't work hard enough. So I don't want to have any regrets today for myself, and I hope that as a team we don't have any regrets. We just go out there, we back ourselves in, we play aggressive, and we make sure that we do everything we can to come away with a result, because at the end of the day, if we try as hard as we can't have any regrets, and that's what we have to be like today.
Kenneth. It's alright.
Very, very good, guys.
Well done. Okay, good work. Well done, Box. Get down. Good work. Well done, Max. Keep doing it early. Well done. Okay, good work. Well done. Okay.
Guys, they're spending most of their time attacking us down through here. Okay? We're coping pretty well with it. But one thing we do need to be aware of, if they're attacking us down here, okay, we tend to be coming back up here an awful lot. If we can get onto that ball a bit earlier and get it into this area, lobbing those angle overheads, looking into that area, okay? That's where we want to try and hurt them for coming down that our left-hand defence, we get to our right-hand attack, counter-attack, simply.
Right. Well done. Right? Well done. We're very much in this match. And I reckon we know we can go to another level. We're going to have to. We're going to have to go to another level. Okay? A couple of things that I want you to think about. If Queensland have got a player off, we don't necessarily need to go from here to there and then bang. What we need to do is knock it around the back. Gradually work our way up. Till they get to the stage where we're almost up here, now we're in a position to drive. Now we're in a position to try and get the deflection. We don't need to send it too early when they've got a player off. So let's just be mindful of that. Be patient, knock it around the back. These areas here still cause me a lot of grief. Okay? We're much better. Think about you being on the outside, and with Ben being on the, if it's Ben Reed or Billy, you being on the inside. Okay? So I want you there, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to run through there. So get that sorted out. Okay? Get that fixed, please, as much as possible. A couple of times in the handover, in the middle, you and Billy got a little bit lost as to who was going to where. So lots of communication, lots of talk, because of all the lateral leads that they are doing. Yeah? Don't park yourself in defence too much. Get yourself up the pitch. Okay? The ball gets to you, you've got to hit a target. Okay? Very important. So, what's hurting us? The one that really hurts us is not so much that one, it's the one that goes from here and then all of a sudden they drive. When we've got all our numbers up here, it's when they drive that one that's the dangerous one. So that's the one that we've got to make sure we're working very hard to close down and cut as much as possible. Okay, very important that we get that line done properly.
That's your ball, Billy, that one.
Okay, now, outlets. Let's get them going quick. We've heard me there on the sideline saying, yeah, come on, get to them quickly. The reason being, because they're taking the mark, we're not throwing any bombs at all. Okay, so if we get to it quickly, we might be able to throw a few of those and put some pressure on their deep defence as much as possible. Okay? Really focus on working hard. I reckon there are a couple of times where a couple of you got beaten in the individual sort of, contest. You got beaten once or twice, you did a big turn, but then you made up for it. Because you bloody worked hard and you got that card. And off you went. Because you worked bloody hard, to get there. So what I'm saying is, work hard all the game. Don't concede once. Don't concede the contest. We're being very smart with how we're defending. We've been very good. Huge improvement on where we've been in the past. Right? It's the finishing now. It's the finishing. Don't give an inch to this mob. You heard what Jez said before the game today. Let's have no regrets. So this is about giving 100% effort for the next 35 minutes. Don't leave anything uncovered. Go at it. Contest. It's absolutely critical. We are very much in this contest. The stats tell us we're in this contest. Have a look how many corners, how many deflections, how many balls across the goal face. We're very much in it, but it's going to come down to one of those sorts of things. That's what's going to determine it. Keep plugging away.
Very proud of where we're at, guys. We've just got to refocus, think about one or two little things ourselves that we've done better this week as we've gone, and redo them again this month. So all you need to do, find one or two individual things that you've improved on, and you'll find the second half of the last season.
Come on, boys!